Hello and welcome to Tuesday. Tuesday? Tuesday. It's been not too busy today. Tomorrow promises to be quite busy, but because we had some time to ourselves today, I took it upon myself to finally beat Pokemon Crystal. Well, sort of. If you've been following along, I've been taking Professor Oak's challenge in multiple games throughout the series. And I always feel like I'm about to sneeze when I'm recording. The most recent game I undertook it in is Pokemon Crystal, which we have here. If we go to the Pokedex, we see that I have a total of 243 seen and 232 caught. There are... well, I can do the math. 17 Pokemon, I think, that are 17, 18, something like that. 18 Pokemon or so that are uncatchable. Those would be specifically the fossil Pokemon, so Ammonite, Amistar, Kabuto, Kabutops. The three legendary birds being Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres. So that's 7. We got Mew, Mewtwo, that's 9, and then another 9 for the Kanto starters and their evolutions. So 18 total. That sounds about right. I think that's exactly right. Yeah. And in this game there are 251 different Pokemon. However, if you were here the other day when I talked about this, the special thing about the 3DS version of Pokemon Crystal is that you can actually get Celebi, which is something that I have never done in any Pokemon game. So, time for the weirdest cam LP of all time, where I have just delivered to Kurt the GS Ball, which is the special item that you get from that allows you to unlock Celebi. So he's saying, can we go to Ilex Forest and see why it's so restless? So let's go do that. So, if you know, you can see the trees. Hopefully I'm on the same plane of focus. I'm trying to be. But you can see the trees are shaking. And normally this doesn't happen. But in this case they are shaking, which is pretty crazy. So after we use cut here, we see this shrine, which is significant because, well... it looks like a hole that the GS Ball would fit inside. So let's place it in there and see what happens. We get ourselves a Celebi, which is super cool to see on quote-unquote physical or on actual hardware. And I swear I set the ISO so it doesn't like change, but I did not account for this being a white background. There we go, that's a bit better. So here's a team that carried us through. Just all the starters: Ampharos, Espeon, and Skarmory and Golduck were my HM users, but Tyranitar I caught at the very end of the game, and when I caught that earlier today, I just flew through the Elite Four a bunch of times. But yeah, let's toss... Again, this is a slightly edited file, but we can just end off here with our final catch in Professor Oak's challenge. That's such a sick... This is gonna be the thumbnail. Let's pose. Sick thumbnail. Yeah, this is a great little thing to be able to do in this game. Revered as the guardian of the forest, Celebi appears wherever beautiful forests exist. We will not be giving a nickname to this. And now Ilex Forest has... Oh, Wasn't that something? That was fantastic. This legends about the shrine were real after all. I feel inspired by what I just saw. It motivates me to make better balls. I'm going. Cool. Yeah, I played through the event. I knocked out Celebi, but I didn't catch it. I just reloaded the save to catch it here on video, but that's super, super neat. Yeah, that's sick, honestly. Like I've said in the pre... Does he say anything unique here? Nope. Doesn't say anything unique. Okay. Well, that's the end of Pokemon Crystal for you. Yeah, what a journey it's been. I'm just gonna go to the attract mode, and we'll go through that. Yeah, it's been such a neat little time visiting this game. I have something like almost 200 hours in it. With that said, I did use two times speed sometimes because this actually supports it, which is really cool. Let's raise the brightness a tiny bit too. So, there we go. Yeah, it's a fun time. Like I said, this was mostly a game I played on the elliptical. Grinding through Unknown was a bit of a chore. Like, the beginning parts of this game were a chore, but after that it was pretty solid going through. I never really played through Crystal or Generation 2 growing up. I know Pokemon Blue was my first game ever, and then Pokemon Silver was, I think, my first Pokemon game that I actually owned or recall owning. But my cousin had a copy of Crystal, and he played so much of that, and being able to go through this at my own pace and catch everything available and just live through what makes this game so special it's really neat. And yeah, it's such a great game in the franchise, and I'm excited to have not only beaten it but quote unquote 100% of it. There are a few event distributions that I'm going to slap on here in probably tomorrow, if not sometime this week. But as of this moment, I've officially beaten Professor Oak's challenge in Pokemon Crystal. It is a wonderful, wonderful time. I'm gonna take up Yellow, I think, next, and yeah, it's a long, grindy journey, but that's kind of what I need to like zone out and not worry about. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been quite a bit of fun. I've done this in Fire Red, Emerald, now Crystal. I've sort of tried to go through it with Platinum and Heart Gold, and I just catch everything, not fully evolve them. I know Feebas eluded me in Platinum, and I need to go back for that, but those are next up on the list. This is so much fun to play through, and yeah, I keep saying it's so much fun. It was a wonderful time, and a joy to revisit something that made many people's, including my childhood, very special. The best part is I can load this up on my 3DS, just transfer the save. Blue Moon Falls is a great resource for that. I've had some trouble with it, so if I remember, I'll link down below some sites that I use for... I'll just link down Blue Moon Falls. It's a great resource. And PK Hex, again, wonderful little resource as well that allows me to do so much in this game. Again, you saw it had a bunch of Pokeballs and Master Balls. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. It was... I know catching is a joy, but like it's kind of trivial when you're just spending hours grinding. You're like, okay, let's just Master Ball this thing and catch it. And while I do like to catch things in Pokeballs a lot, it's just kind of brain dead to, you know, Thunder Wave it. It instead of wasting, I have Thunder Wave on my Ampharos, and instead of using that and just chucking Pokeballs, it's just so much easier to do that, which is why I kind of skip that part. But to me, it's insignificant in the long run. Hopefully, if I'm timing this properly, I can get this on the 3DS, and then I can transfer everything I caught here to Sun and Moon, and then transfer that into home at some point. I need to really get going through the Gen 6 and 7 games again, and just get that living dex going for every generation. But hopefully, at some point, we will get that going. For now, however, that's what I'm going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then.